Hello my beautiful superheroes! Welcome back to my channel, the place where we make the impossible possible. I'm Scarlet Grace from UnseenSeraph.com. I'm a manifestation coach and I'm back with another video to help you manifest your desires faster. If you're new here and you want to learn how to manifest any desire fast with the law of attraction and Neville Goddard's teachings, then start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you don't miss any video that could change your life. And if you need some extra help or my personal advice for your situation, you can sign up for coaching, and I also have a 21-day course on how to manifest your specific person, as well as a scripting course and other courses and products to help you manifest more effectively and have much more fun while doing it. So use the links in the description below to check all of those out. So let's talk about whether you need to take action for your desires to manifest in physical reality. As you've probably guessed from the thumbnail, I firmly believe that you don't actually need to take any physical action for your desires to manifest. But I understand that the topic of taking action is very confusing to many people, and this makes sense because there are so many different teachings about taking action when manifesting, or what kind of action, or this thing called inspired action that gets so many people confused. So I wanted to make this video to explain exactly why you don't need to take any conscious physical action for your desire to manifest, and also explain what exactly inspired action is. So, in order to understand why exactly you don't need to take any physical action in order for your desires to manifest, you need to understand how exactly manifesting works. What manifests the events that happen in your physical reality is your imagination. And the only thing that manifests things in your physical reality is your imagination. There is nothing else that manifests in your reality, only your imagination. So I hear from many people that they think that manifesting is about influencing physical reality. So basically what they believe is that there is this set thing, this concrete thing called physical reality, and when you want something changed, you use manifestation techniques to try to influence events or situations or people or relationships, and that's how they think manifesting works. But manifesting doesn't work like that. Manifesting isn't an influence, isn't something that you use to push a specific event the way you want it. Manifesting is what creates the whole of this reality, everything in your reality. It's not just an influence, it is the source of everything around you. It is the source of the whole reality around you. And manifesting isn't something that you do only when you're using specific manifestation techniques. Your mind manifests the whole reality around you whether you know about manifesting or not. So you basically never stop manifesting. You manifest 24/7, your whole life, non-stop. It goes on and on and on, and it happens every single moment. Even if you've never heard about manifesting, even people who will never in their lives hear about manifesting and the law of attraction, they still manifest the whole of their reality, the whole of their life experiences, all the events, all the people, all the relationships, the jobs, everything. They manifest everything in their reality, even if they don't know about manifesting, because their imagination is what manifests their reality. And your imagination is what manifests everything in your physical reality. So actions do not actually manifest. Your imagination is what manifests. Actions are the result of your imagination. And this is the main reason why you don't have to consciously take specific physical actions in order for your desire to manifest, because nothing in your reality manifests through actions. It originates in your imagination, and any actions that follow are a result of what you have set into motion with your imagination. So what I mean by this is, the way to manifest is to use your imagination and imagine and think and feel that you already have that thing that you want. This is the only thing that you need to do in order for something to manifest in your physical reality. This is what we call living from the end, or embodying the state of the wish fulfilled, or occupying the state of the wish fulfilled. So you may hear all those terms, but they all describe the same thing. It's when you use your imagination to pretend that you already have that thing that you desire, or you are in the relationship you desire, or you have the job that you desire, or the income that you desire, the house, whatever it is that you want to manifest. And in your imagination, you pretend that you already have it. This is what manifests, and this is something that all humans do many times throughout the day. Even people who don't know about manifesting. So imagine that you are at a store and you're looking at the dress and you're imagining, how would it be if I bought this dress for New Year's, for example, or for my birthday party? And briefly, you picture in your mind that you're looking at yourself in the mirror wearing that dress and you're imagining what kind of makeup goes with that dress. This is one way that we use our imagination to pretend that we have something that we don't yet have in our physical reality, and we do that a lot. Or maybe you want a car. You don't know anything about manifesting. You just see a specific car that you like, and briefly, while you walk down the street, you imagine what it would be like to be driving that car. You use your imagination to basically pretend for a moment that you already have that car. Even if you don't know about manifesting, we do that all the time. So that's the only thing that you need to do in order for a desire to manifest. You don't actually have to take any action. And you don't actually have to know what needs to happen in order for your desire to manifest. Because all the people that are looking for the right kind of physical action to take to support their desires are trying to figure out how in the world this desire that they have could actually manifest in physical reality. And this is a bummer when you want something and you can see no possible way for it to manifest. You cannot come up with a version of events, with a series of events that would actually lead you to your desire that sounds plausible to you. But the good news is you don't have to do that. All you have to do is embody that state. And all the things that need to happen to take you from where you are right now to the point in time where you already have that thing, that dress, that job, that car, that husband, that wife, whatever it is that you want, all those things will take care of themselves. Now, here's the thing. When those events transpire that bring you to your desire, it's not like you will sit at home and do nothing. I mean, in some cases, you may just sit at home and do nothing, but in many of those cases, you will take some action. But it's not something that you plan in advance. It's not something that when you're doing it, you're thinking, I'm doing this in order for my desire to manifest. In many, many cases, while you're taking that action in the physical world, you don't even realize that this action that you're taking is part of the chain of incidents that needs to happen for your desire to manifest. In other words, you won't even know that what you're doing right now is exactly what needed to happen for your desire to manifest. So, for example, let's say that you're trying to manifest your soulmate. It's not about making a plan and joining all the dating apps and all the dating websites and going to every party, because that is taking action to manifest meeting your soulmate and getting married to them. It's nothing like that. It can be something like you meet someone at the weirdest of places where you would never expect to find someone to date, and that happens to be your soulmate. Or it may be that you're just going to a friend's party, not because you're trying to meet a guy or a girl, you're just there to enjoy yourself because someone is having a party and you like the people and you just want to have fun. And it so happens that this is where you meet your soulmate. But you didn't plan it in advance. It wasn't like you needed to figure out what action to take. It happened on its own. It can be any number of ways. Or for a job, or for raising your income. You don't need to have a plan how this is going to happen. It can happen any number of ways. So, for example, I have a friend who has a cousin, and her cousin is making jewelry. So, this girl, her cousin, when she was a college student, she was making jewelry for fun. So, she never actually intended to do it professionally. She just made jewelry and other things like accessories, handbags, stuff like that, for herself, and she also made some for her friends as gifts. One day, she was standing in line to get her coffee before going to work, and what happened was there was this woman that complimented her on her necklace, and she said, "Oh, thank you, I make those myself." And the woman was really interested and asked if she sells them, and she said, "Oh, I hadn't thought of that. I guess I could make some to sell." And it turned out that this woman had a lot of money and was looking to invest, and basically she persuaded my friend's cousin to start a business making jewelry, and she funded the business. And so my friend's cousin ended up running her own business out of nowhere, and they both profited. And she's doing something that she loves. Now, this is not something that you orchestrate in advance. This is not something that you brainstorm. She was just there getting coffee, and this was just part of her chain of incidents that resulted in her running her own business. Things can happen like that. This is not something that you have to know about, though. This is something that will be put in place on its own, and while you're doing what you're supposed to be doing for your desire to manifest, you won't even realize in many times that you are exactly at the right place at the right time, doing exactly what you need to be doing to manifest your desire. It will all happen naturally. And that's the key word, naturally. Whatever action you need to take, it will happen naturally. You will do what needs to be done naturally. You don't even have to know that what you're doing is what you need to be doing. You will just be doing it, whether it is buying coffee or attending a party or whatever. You will find yourself at the right place, at the right time, doing exactly the right actions that you need to be doing. And you don't even have to know it while you're doing it. It will just happen. Now, when it comes to not taking action, there is a small minority of people who actually have that backwards, in the sense that they believe that because you don't need to take any action to manifest, that means that you should consciously avoid taking any action. And that's not true either. So if, for example, you want a new job, that doesn't mean that because you're manifesting it, that you should sit at home and never apply to any jobs for any positions. So if you have a list of places that you would like to work, send your applications. That doesn't go contrary to manifesting. It's just that you shouldn't get stuck on the idea that it's only through those applications that you can get hired. Because you may send your applications and you may end up finding the perfect position at a place where you didn't even apply. It can be through a friend that knows a friend who is looking for someone that is qualified the way you are, and they like you as a person and they hire you. You don't know that. But it doesn't mean don't ever apply for any positions because you're manifesting this. Of course not. Do anything that you feel you need to do on a physical level, but don't get attached to it, because this may be how your desire manifests, or it may come in a completely different manner. You don't know that. Or if you want to meet your soulmate, that doesn't mean consciously avoiding going to any parties, because that would mean you're taking action to manifest this person and you shouldn't be taking action. No, it doesn't mean that you have to lock yourself inside for 6 months and never go anywhere. It's just that don't push yourself to be at places where you don't want to be. If you're invited to go out with friends or attend a party or whatever and you feel like going because it feels fun, go to that party. It may be where you meet your soulmate, it may not be, but don't do it just because you think that if you don't, you're missing your chance of meeting your specific person or your soulmate. Do it only if it feels fun to you. That is inspired action, basically. Doing things because they feel good to you, because they feel fun, regardless of whether they lead to something else that you want to manifest or not. So you go to the party because you feel it's fun to go to that party. Or you meet that friend because you feel that it is fun to meet that friend, not because you're trying to get something out of them. This is inspired action, taking action because something is fun. And this kind of action often leads to your desire manifesting. Inspired action doesn't mean that you will hear angels sing or have 20 different synchronicities pointing towards you having to go to that place or that event or that meeting or anything like that. So many people wait for signs to guide them on whether they should go to that place or do this thing. Inspired action is not about that. Inspired action, in most cases, is this feels really fun to me for some reason, even if it's something that's unusual for you to do. So, for example, you never go jogging, and for some reason, you got invited to go jogging, and you're about to say no as always, but suddenly it feels really fun to you today. Well, if it feels fun, go jogging. So, inspired action, in most cases, doesn't come with any special effects. It just means that you are somewhere or you do something because it felt fun. It felt like what you wanted to do that day. And it so happens that this is part of the chain of incidents that manifests your desire. But again, most likely you won't even know it while you're doing it, while you're attending the party, or when you decide to attend the party, or when you decide to not get coffee from the place you usually get coffee every morning, but try the other place that is 2 blocks down the street, and that's where you meet the person that hires you, or your soulmate, or whatever. It's simple as that. So what does all this mean? All this means that you should not focus on action when it comes to manifesting. All you need to focus on is embodying the version of you that already has what you now desire, whether that's a relationship, a job, a house, or whatever. Think and feel as if you already have it. Play with it in your mind. So, just like the dress, pretend that you live in that house that you like. What would it be like? Would it be easy to clean? Would you love waking up there? Imagine waking up there every morning. And this is all you need to do for your desire to manifest. The action part will take care of itself. If you need to be somewhere and do something in order for your desire to manifest, you don't have to know it in advance. You will naturally end up being in that place at the right time, doing exactly the thing you need to be doing when the time comes. You don't have to know it. You don't have to plan it. It just happens naturally. So I hope that this was helpful and that it helped clear up many misconceptions around taking action in order to manifest your desires. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, then subscribe and hit the bell icon, because I put out new videos every Sunday to help you manifest an amazing life.